What's up guys, Pro Strat number 19, where pros do strats. And here we have a really cool ace split from G2 versus Fnatic in the Starseries I series season 8 thing that happened a while ago. Same thing from what I said last week. Basically you're going to have two people walk up underpass while throwing a CT spawn smoke and an only jungle smoke to allow for two people to come out A ramp, two out underpass, and one palace with the P250 to take those long range fights. This strat is really simple and really effective, but there are some risks that you have to take with this, as I'll explain later. JW and Crims are the two people going underpass. They're just walking the entire way from about the top of the stairs all the way until they get into connector and then start taking the fights towards A. Nothing really special to see here, I'll just show you Crims' POV for the sake of showing it. Crims is looking towards cat, and that's the biggest thing you want to be concerned about when you're coming out underpass, as you can usually sneak by a window player pretty easily. The cat crossfire with anyone potentially triple is probably the biggest threat for the two people coming out underpass. Brolin gets dropped a P250 from his teammate that is buying utility. He's going to watch for any aggressive mid pushes from this balcony over here. And once the underpass players are about ready to come up connector, he's going to run all the way back and all the way to Palace, where he can take long range fights with his P250 and actually contest USPs, since he can get those one-shot headshots. Golden's going to be throwing his smoke towards jungle so that the two players coming up connector don't have to worry about the right side, their right side when they come up connector, and so that they can just focus on getting out onto the bomb site and splitting. Golden is also going to throw one flash that's going to sell the attempt at an A play, but the delay between the flash and then the two other flashes is going to cause a lot of confusion for G2. There's going to be two more flashes coming out from Flusha, who's going to be throwing the CT smoke, and these are meant to blind anyone that's playing close ramp and anyone holding a closer angle on A ramp. This doesn't actually blind anyone from the CT perspective, but in the off chance that they are playing close A ramp, this is pretty good. Flusha is going to be throwing a CT spawn smoke from this particular spot here. And then, as mentioned before, he's going to be throwing two flashes to help the people come out A ramp, help the teammate come out Palace, and hopefully blind people on site without blinding his teammates coming up connector. I do think that the two players coming up connector are intended to take first contact, because if you think about it, you have two people coming out A ramp with no armor, and you have the P250 by himself, so try to get those connector players to take contact first. So the two smokes that were thrown were CT and only jungle. I call this only jungle because when people say jungle, they think this. But at any rate, CT smoke is pretty common, and I'm sure you have your own way of doing it. I have my way, where you stand in the middle of the door and then aim at this corner right here and then jump throw. This is a 128 tick jump throw, so if you're on 64 tick it might be a little different. Now for the only jungle smoke, you want to wedge yourself in this corner against the wooden planks here, and you're going to find this little roof chimney thing and aim at the left corner of it. And for me personally, I like to aim a little bit higher to get the right placement of the smoke. And you are going to jump throw as well. So again, this is a 128 tick jump throw. On 64 tick, you might have to find a different lineup. But at any rate, you should get something like this. This allows you to come up connector, not worry about anyone in jungle, meaning you can just swing out and fight very freely without having to worry about this awkward double angle here. You are worried about someone playing off cat right around here, but if CTs don't see anything mid, there's a decent chance that this player that is usually playing towards cat will fall back. There's a good chance of this, because if no one's peeking mid, you kind of want to help the B defense, and it's not very common for Ts to go towards mid in the first place, since they're fighting long range with Glocks against USPs. Now the two players going underpass just need to walk the entire way, because they don't want to make noise and give away the fact that they're going underpass into connector. Now you do have to worry about any crazy CTs that are going to push or jump out window and peek you underpass or try to hold it. So when you are going underpass with your teammate, be ready to fight someone around this area here. And just pretend that people are going to try to fight you and look for you. So get ready for the window angle up there. Get ready for the con angle here. And then you might want to double check mid in case someone's playing something really aggressive like this. And when you come up connector, you kind of want to make this as quick as possible. So on the one hand, you do have to get ready for a fight here. But on the other hand, you're worried about anyone cat peeking you. So you want to see if anyone's here and then start running up probably. So that one, you can avoid this really bad crossfire between triple and CT, or triple and cat. And two, so that you can actually get past the jungle choke point while the smoke is still up. Important to note that a player with a P250 was alone in Palace. Now this person was dropped his P250, so he also had armor. This is pretty good because with this P250, you can act like a USP and go for one shots to the face and, you know, get the kills. Now this is more of a pistol strat than a gun round strat, only because on gun rounds, you're going to see very commonly one mid control, and two, even if there's not a lot of pressure mid, this smoke is so powerful in denying any mid presence that you can't really easily sneak up connector. You've also seen a few teams help the con player with an extra smoke like this. Okay, maybe not exactly like this, but teams have been starting to smoke connector for their connector players so that they can spend even more time playing a one-way here and denying any connector control. So on a gun round, you might find a little bit more difficulty trying to sneak two people up connector, especially with an AWPer window that could also just fight you and kill you for free. So you may or may not want to stick with this as a pistol strat just so that you can get up connector a little easier. But that being said, it is a gamble getting up connector just because there might be a cat player that's ready to punish you. So anyway, thanks for watching and like the video if you liked the video.